Welcome everybody to Paul Ricard. It's round number 4. It's race 2 of the Formula Regional European Championship by Alpine. My name's Chris McCarthy. It's going to be a pleasure to call you through the action this afternoon. We are in France, and yesterday we had a French winner, and it was his first time winning a race this season as well. Hadrien David, following in the footsteps of the likes of Pierre Gasly and Esteban Ocon as French winners around this circuit in this championship. However, the man who won on track and the man who's looking to beat him today is Gregor Saucy. He's going to be starting on pole position in that French ART car. 3 races without a point for our championship leader, hence his lead is now a slim 6 points to that man there you are seeing, the number 10 of Hadrien David. 2 rookies sat behind them as we panned back, and the first of them, the 46 of Gabriele Mini, who took his 3rd rookie win of the season. Big grid for you. It will take you a while to see all of it because there's 35 cars on the grid. It's going to be a fantastic race, I'm sure. The 19 right in your middle of your picture, best qualifying result for him of 7th, Andrea Rosso. We'll come to that in a bit though, because first we're going to talk about the guy who's looking to make it 2 wins in a row and 2 wins on home soil, Hadrien David for RHGP. Fantastic result for him yesterday. He was feeling very confident coming into this round, and it certainly showed. Gabriele Mini comes next, doing very well in the championship, 2nd of the rookies, 7th overall. And Gabriele Mini feels he can even challenge for a win today. Speaking to him earlier, felt that he could have nearly got on the front row, but just missed out, as did this man here, Isaac Hadjar, getting ready to go. Now, disaster for him at the start yesterday. He actually had to start from the pit lane, managed to come through and finish 21st in the end after Gregor Saucy was disqualified for a technical non-conformity. Coming up on the grid next is number 33, Michael Belov. Welcome to the championship as well, to the Russian, and was a pretty good welcome for him. Finished 3rd yesterday, straight in on the podium. Let's see if he can replicate his number with 2 3rd places. William Alatalo comes next. He's going to be on the outside of row 3. They made some changes to that car overnight. Spoke to William earlier, and he feels very, very confident coming in today. Was very happy to get himself back into the top 10 in terms of qualifying. In there for the first time in qualifying was Andrea Rosso for FA Racing. Spoke to the team. Very, very impressed with what they're seeing from him. Coming into the weekend, it was someone I certainly did have my eye on. He's been moving up the championship further and further, and Andrea Rosso, who has been in the points once so far this season, looking to get back in there again. Pietro Deligoanti is next. He's been knocking on the door of a point for a few races now. I say that few, there's only been 3. And pretty much every time, Pietro Deligoanti has finished just outside of the top 10. 2 11th place finishes for him. I feel he could get his first point today. Next comes Patrick Pasma, 3 5th places in a row for him so far in the last 3 rounds. He had a great weekend at Monaco, and it's looking like a great weekend for him here as well. Joining him on that 5th row will be Zane Maloney from Barbados, and welcome to all our viewers from there. I know plenty of you tuning in just after 8 AM in Barbados, but I know the whole island is behind Zane. Even the leader of the island sent him a personal letter to congratulate him on his win in Monaco. Top 10 start for Zane as well. Let's see what he can do if he can add to his points. It is very close in the championship. Zane was one of the ones who picked up a lot of points, finished 4th yesterday. That's where he sits in the championship. So your standings look like this, with Gregor Saucy disqualified yesterday. Proved that the technical non-conformity he got disqualified for didn't really make a difference at all to his cars, as many of us suspected. And he went and qualified on pole by almost 4 tenths earlier, just like he did yesterday. He is leading, though, on 85 points. Hadrien David is on 79 points, only 6 points back, given he was almost in danger of falling out of the top 10. As all dear, we have a staller on the grid. Just as I was talking about him, Hadrien David has not got away. So, well, there we go. Thank goodness. Hadrien David does get away, and that would have been a real shame, wouldn't it? But now we can run through the grid because it's going to stay like it is. Gregor Saucy and Hadrien David, the top 2 in the championship on the front row. Gabriele Mini is on row 2, 2 rookies on row number 2. Isaac Hadjar next, and it's Michael Belov and William Alatalo on row number 3. Andrea Rosso and Pietro Deligoanti make it an all-Italian row 4. Patrick Pasma and Zane Maloney round out your top 10. Just outside of it, Alex Quinn made some changes to the car for this one. Dino Beganovic comes next, and it's Thomas ten Brink. Not as good performance for him today. Let's see if he can recover. He has David Vidal alongside, then it's Gerthan Aron on row 8. Colapinto and Havercourt come next on row 9. Kaz scoring his first points of the season yesterday. Gabriel Bortoletto and Alessandro Famulero round out the top 20. Then it's Francesco Pizzi and Dudu Barrichello. Next, Elias Seppänen and Lorenzo Fluxa, who crashed going down the Mistral Straight, which we're looking at yesterday, with his teammate Mari Boyer. Bardignon on home soil is 25th, Marin Angeli next. Then it's Nico Gola and Axel Noss on row 14. Tommy Smith and Lena Bula round out the top 30. Just outside of it, Emilio Pesce and Yacine Ferrati. And we have Brad Benavides and Belen Garcia, an all Spanish 17th row. And Mari Boyer sadly didn't set a time in qualifying due to a mechanical issue to the car, but the stewards, due to the performance he's been putting in over the weekend, means he doesn't have to start this one from the pit lane. Did speak to Mari before the race, XG. He explained to me what happened in the incident yesterday. For those of you who are with us, he crashed with teammate Lorenzo Fluxa going down the back straight. Now, Mari had a car to his right that moved across on him. He then had to move across to the left in avoidance, and Fluxa just didn't really see him coming, who was on the outside, and sadly the two crashed. We saw the two G4 racing drivers of Axel Noss and Alessandro Famulero tangle as well towards the end of the race. Hence we ended under safety car. Gregor Saucy took the win on it, but afterwards the win went to Hadrian David, who will start on the front row, like I said. As number 12 of David Vidal. It's only his second year of single-seater racing, jumped straight into Formula Renault Eurocup. Said it's been a little bit of a challenge getting used to the Formula Regional car. A lot of the drivers telling me this is a very, very heavy car. So it's a kind of stop-start car. You can't throw the car into corners like some of them were used to in F4 racing. And that's been the biggest challenge for them. And speaking to Yacine Ferrati and Pietro Deleguanti, they said the fitness side of it very difficult as well, because the steering wheel's a lot closer to you than it would be in F4. Now, I don't know where Hadrian David is. It looked like he got going, but it appears we're missing him from the front row. I wonder if he's had an issue and has had to pull over, or if he's going to be coming into the pit lane. So it could be Gregor Saucy on his own. There he is. So to the left of screen, Hadrian David's going to start from the pits. What a disaster there. The driver who had moved up to second in the championship is going to be starting for the pit lane, just like his countryman Isaac Hadjar had to do yesterday. So Saucy's on his own on row number 1. Gabriele Mini on row number 2. Isaac Hadjar on the outside of row 2 has an empty slot ahead of him. There you can see nearest to us on screen is Gregor Saucy. He's going to be to the left of your picture, and to the right is a missing Hadrian David as the lights go out, and we are away and racing for round number 4, race 2 here in Paul Ricard. And getting on the front foot immediately there is Gabriele Mini to the left of picture, dives to the outside of teammate Gregor Saucy. Can he take the lead? He's certainly going to go for it. Gabriele Mini side by side with Saucy here, but Saucy just about holds on. In the background, third car in queue, that's Michael Belov in third place, and then in fourth, the first of the Arden cars, which is William Alatalo. Alex Quinn was trying to dive to the outside of someone there. Let's hope they can all get through safely, but after challenging for the lead, Gabriele Mini now finds himself on the back foot. Then is Belov next, Alatalo after that. We've got a car running wide there, that's Zane Maloney, who's going to rejoin and actually recover all his positions back. So good driving there from the Barbadian as they come onto the Mistral Straight for the first time. Andrea Rosso sat in a very good 5th place there as we make our way down the back straight. It's Gabriele Mini in 2nd place, who's under pressure. Mini having to defend there from Belov. Belov trying to fill the mirrors, can't get through. Then it's Alatalo next. Hadjar is in 5th place. There's the 21 of Quinn, dives down the inside of Deleguanti. Not been a good start to the race for him. He runs wide. But other than that, we're all through safely. We'll keep an eye on the progress of David as the race goes on. He started from the pit lane, of course. There we can see side by side one of the Prema drivers there. That's Beganovic going side by side with Colapinto as they made their way up towards the very quick right-hander in turn 10. Almost 3 across through here. It was good racing yesterday. That was one of the places we saw a lot of overtaking. This was where we saw a crash with the 2 G4 racing drivers. Let's hope we see no more of that today. Alatalo 3rd in this queue, 4th in the race overall in that red Arden car, trying to get his first podium of the season. Wouldn't have expected to find himself fighting for a podium. I did mention to him earlier, you can do it from there. You never know what happens in the race. and that is just proven as he's running in fourth behind Belov in third, and it's Mini in second place. Leading the way though is Saucy, and I'll give you your gap as they come across the line. Very good start from the Swiss driver. Oh, but Mini looks like he's missed a gear there, and Belov goes straight by. Have we got a developing problem for Mini? Looked like he might have missed a gear. Alatalo's now going to sweep into third place. In the background, one of the Prema drivers there, Vidales, was trying to get down the inside of Pasma. Didn't make the move though, it stayed as you were. I think it might have even been Begnovic trying to move as well, but that's Gabriele Mini slowing. The ART driver has a problem here, and Mini having to let people by now. Might even see him into the pit lane here. Let's have a look as he comes through turn 5. Looks okay, but I think it's when we get onto the back straight that we're really going to see that problem growing. So this puts Andrea Rosso now up into 5th place. Isaac Hadjar's going to be up into 4th as they go down the straight. Let's see if Mini is a sitting duck. Yes, hands off the wheel. And there goes more positions lost for Gabriele Mini. What a shame for him. 2 drivers having problems in the race, and Mini is going to have to retire this one. There we can see Quinn goes past now, so that's going to move Quinn up into 10th place and into the points. And Aaron now in the number 1 red and white Kramer there. He makes his way past Mini. What a shame. It had been such a good run in the championship. He took his 3rd rookie win of the season yesterday, but I think that's going to be a trip down pit lane for the Italian. That's going to put Hadjar into the lead of the rookies. We do give a rookie trophy as well. We have a rookie standings. Points are given to your top 10, same as they work in F1. 25 to your winner, 18 to second, 15 to third. And then we work our way down to 1 point for 10th place. Rookie standings are made up of overall points. It's round 4 of the season, 10 in total, so we're not even halfway through yet. Zandvoort comes next after this as they make their way down to the final corner. Let's see if we see, well, Mini's still going. It looks like that's him in front of one of the Arden cars there. So he might still be trying to nurse this one. I'll have a look down the pit lane and see if I can see anything. But Saucy, his gap is 2.6 seconds. I don't think he's going to be caught from there unless there's a safety car. There's Hadjar we're looking at in the red and white there. Lead rookie on track. Trying to get back onto the podium. 1 at Monaco did Hadjar. If you missed it, it's a very good drive from the young 16-year-old. You wouldn't expect this to be just his 2nd year of single-seater racing. There we go. We got Bortoletto. That is in the pits. It's been an absolute disaster of a weekend. It's just been a bad run of a few races here for Bortoletto. His confidence seems to have dropped a little bit, and that is Mini in. And we don't have mechanics working furiously on that car, and we have a driver climbing out. So I think that is day done for Mini. Right, we pick up the orange and blue there of Colapinto making his way down the back straight, but he's got a lot of pressure behind. That's Beganovic nearest to us, trying to dive down the inside here. It's a battle just outside of the top 10 for 13th place, and through Beganovic goes. Good move there from Dino. Said he's just looking to try and be the best of the Prema drivers this weekend. Vidales is in the top 10 though. Vidales, who moved forward nicely yesterday, is doing the same today. Here's Quinn in the 21, nearest to us, trying to go round the outside there of Ten Brink. These two disputing over 9. Oh no, and we have a spin there. Quinn goes round, manages to pick it up again, but I wonder if that was just frontal rear contact there with Ten Brink, who had just got, well, they were just side by side. Pretty quick corner, that one, so a strange incident. We'll see if we can have another look at it. Right, let's find out what happened then. So, oh, he's been tagged from behind. Okay, so that's one of the, I think that was Aaron behind him, who looked like he might have gone straight into the back of him. I'm not going to say that with 100% certainty, but looks like to me that Quinn might have been helped into a spin there, because in the corner that is flat. Very strange place to go. There's Belov. 8, there is Alatalo. So Quinn, what was a weekend that he'd been struggling with, he's going to struggle even more now. Only thing he wanted was points. He was taking quite a sensible approach into this race. He said even 1 will make all the difference come the end of the season. But that's another one of our championship front runners hitting problems. David's having to start from the pit lane, and he's up to 21st now. David's good at overtaking, by the way. He made 22 places at Barcelona. Yes, at Barcelona, in a race that ran half of it behind the safety car. I don't know how he did it either, but David knows how to move forward. We would have just seen him there in the silver and white colours. I'll keep an eye on his progress for you. There's Seppänen that goes by. He's currently running just outside of your top 10 in 14th place. Ahead of him, Franco Colapinto. Behind him is Girth in the 96. Two MP Motorsport teammates. Rest of the field filing through, and there is David. That's not him. The car ahead of him is. That's Adrian David there. Just gone by the number 62 of Fluxa, so he's now up into 20th place. Good progress here from David. Through he goes. As I said, racing on home soil. And David has Alessandro Famulero ahead of him, the Venezuelan. It was good to speak to David about that drive from drive in Barcelona, where, as I said, he came 22 places. And, well, he just said, well, I had nothing to lose. So it was a very good fight, and he's feeling very confident within himself, and now a first win under his belt. I'm sure he's going to be diving down the inside. In the background, I did see a Prema driver making a move there. That could have been Beganovic going past Deligoanti. We'll confirm when they come across the line, but it was a move into the final corner that we saw and confirmed. That is a change for 11th, and there is Dino in the 12. Well, here they are, sorry, 17 and 35 side by side. There's Kaz Havercourt in the 27 there, the red and black colours, trying to get by the MP car of Goethe. Can't quite get through. So this is Girth versus Havercourt. Down towards the chicane we go. Ahead of them, Colapinto and Seppänen. Seppänen, I say it a lot, but someone who knows how to overtake. Does it pretty well. Finished 15th yesterday. Just over 20 minutes on the clock. We are on lap number 4 of the, well, we've had 4 laps completed of the race, sorry. This is lap 5, so we're a third of the way through. It's 30 minutes plus 1 lap distance. They can go by very quickly, believe me, especially in a race like this. Sunday's races always seem to be the ones that come with a lot of action in. It's not disappointing so far, is it? There is Goethe. He's had a pretty good season. He scored points in the very first round as a rookie in Imola. Hasn't got back there just yet, but he's been very, very consistent overall. Goethe has finished every single race inside the top 20 for a rookie. Pretty impressive, and he's on track to do the same here again today. Update on David, he's now just behind Tommy Smith, so the Australian's having a very good run, I must say, in 18th place. For someone who's down in 32nd in the championship, to be up to 18th. Good on Tommy Smith, he's going well, but I think he might just be about to lose a place because David is chasing him. But on your screen, you are seeing the red there of Alatalo. This in the black and white colours is Hadjar, Frenchman, looking for a podium on home soil. Let's see if he can do it. Rosso comes next. What a performance it is from Andrea Rosso so far. Going along very well. Seppänen, you would have just saw poking out from behind Colapinto here. These two still fighting away over 13th place. Speaking to the drivers throughout the weekend, a lot of them have been saying you can't be behind a driver for very long. Now, that might sound like an obvious statement, but particularly around this circuit, where we have a lot of long sweeping corners, you see the degradation is huge when you get behind a driver. And they said these very heavy cars, so you put a lot of load on them, particularly through this corner here, which is just a lift through there before you come onto the flat left-hander and onto the back straight. So any chance you get of a move, you've got to go for it straight away, and that's why Colapinto is being conscious here. That's why he's just putting his car a little bit towards the middle, but Seppänen thinks he might be able to get down the inside, can't quite do it. I'll tell you what, Colapinto could do with some help from his teammate behind, Girth, but he's having a very similar problem, albeit with Havercourt behind him. There you can see your big progresses so far. Vidales is up 6th, Aron is up 6th as well. Doing very well is both Vidales and Aron, the two Prema drivers, looking to end their weekend on a strong note. Diving down the inside there was Havercourt. Let's see if he was able to make the move on exit. That was down the inside of Goethe. He's going to have to fight Goethe into the next left-hander, and through he goes. So good stuff there from Havercourt. gets by Goethe. Two rookies fighting away with each other. That's a change for 15th place we're seeing. We're approaching half race distance. We're about to go on to lap number 7 of the race. Hajar still fighting away for a podium. Alatalo getting just a little bit nervous now in that Arden car, isn't he? As he makes his way down towards turn number 1. Through the left-hander, into the right we go. But catching the pair of them is Rosso. The gap remains between your two leaders, 2.6 seconds. As they come through the chicane, further 2 seconds back to Alatalo here in 3rd place. But this is a man on a mission. Andrea Rosso, he's just set the fastest lap of the race as well. 159.7 as he comes through the long right-hander now into the left. Andrea Rosso chasing down the podium. Fastest lap. You wouldn't suspect he's only got 2 points to his name this season, but he is driving out of his skin as he comes down towards the Mistral chicane. Alatalo feels he has his hands just a little bit full, but he's going to be running out of room for drivers soon because Rosso's not on his own either. He has Maloney with him, and not too far behind that is Pasma. Look at them. This is the battle for 3rd really developing now. This is where we saw an instant earlier with Quinn and Aaron. Hajar just having to back off there, almost getting caught out by the approach speed he caught Alatalo at. I know there's going to be a lot of viewers hoping to see Hajar get a podium on home soil, but likewise, all our Finnish supporters will be cheering on Alatalo as he goes for his first podium of the season, but so is Rosso in that blue and yellow FA racing car. Through the long left-hander we go, into the final corner. This is a place we could see moves later in the race. 16 minutes plus 1 lap remaining. Who's your money on out of these 3? There's one more place on the podium left. Saucy and Belov currently have the front 2. They're well clear from the rest. They're still 2.7 seconds apart, but it's a further 2.7 back to this battle. There's Hajar once more, just poking himself out from behind Alatalo. Here I am. But one thing we've got to be wary of is he's going to be doing those tyres in, sat where he is. Here's Maloney. Now he's getting involved in this as well, having a very good race is Maloney. Started in 10th, now up to 6th, and a chance to get on the podium. But he wouldn't have believed that if you told him earlier that he's a man who's won on Grand Prix Sunday at Monaco. So he can drive, there's no doubt about that. Rosso runs a little bit wide in that number 19. Here's Hajar, he's trying to get the run on Alatalo. I fear Rosso could be in a little bit of danger now. You can see Maloney getting bigger in his mirrors, and that's just putting the pressure on Rosso. This is going to be our battle to watch. We've got these two in it. We've got Rosso catching. As I said, we've got Pasma catching as well. Now, the gap from Pasma to Vidales is 2 seconds, but Vidales is absolutely flying. You'll see him 6th in queue, but look to the front of the queue because we might see a change. Trying to dive down the inside there was Hajar. Couldn't quite get through. Alatalo just holding on. I'll tell you what, that was very good driving because a lot of people were defended in that position for Alatalo. You've got to know when to defend in racing, but at the very same time, you've got to know when you don't need to. And that was a case there of Alatalo just knowing that it was all scare tactics from Hajar. This is great stuff. This is going to be a great final 14 minutes of this race, isn't it? Round the left-hander now into the final corner, and there you can see Hajar now. Was that a dress rehearsal to a move that's going to come a little bit later, I wonder? Because that left-hander, you've got to stay tight through there to open up the final corner. But if you give it full beans through there, you find yourself going narrow into the final corner, and you can find yourself going down the inside. Someone who knows how to do a move like that is Dino Begnovic. We've seen him do it. He's trying to chase down teammate Aaron. This would be a very good end to the weekend for Prema, who were very disheartened when I spoke to them earlier. But like they said to me, we've got one more race. We can still get some points on the board. I'd say they're going to take home a few if the race ends as it is. But Arden are looking to get their second driver on the podium this season. There's Maloney. And again, Rosso just a tad wide, but it hasn't affected him too much. Pasma's kind of knocking on the door of this, the last in this queue, isn't he? He's tempting that he's going to get involved, but so far hasn't. Here's the main two we're looking at, though. Alatalo versus Hajar, and Alatalo, you can only make one move. Do remember that. Left it quite late to go defensive there, but this was where Hajar got the run last time, and he's got a very good exit, and I think he might be able to draw alongside this time. He's going to dive to the outside. Alatalo defending here in the background. We're seeing the same situation develop, but Hajar's going to be side by side with Alatalo as they come through turn number 10, but Alatalo just about holds on. Well, we've still got those final two corners. Remember last time into the final right-hander. That is where we saw an attempted dive down the inside from Hajar. He didn't quite go through with it. In the background, I think the immediate change is going to come in this battle, though. The battle for 5th place, currently being led by Rosso there in the blue and yellow colours. But behind, Maloney closing in. Pasma closing in as well. He's had 3 5th places on the bounces, Pasma. I don't think he'll want to stop that run. And he's got a very good chance to continue it. All he's got to do is pass those 2 drivers ahead of him. 2/3 into the race. We're on to lap number 10 now. We're just approaching 2/3 race distance here in Paul Ricard. This is the Formula Regional European Championship by Alpine. This round number 4, this race 2, the final race of the weekend. Bows down towards the top 10. They keep going on. There you would have seen at the 23 and 1. That was 10 Brink and Aaron. They're disputing 9th, but disputing 5th is Rosso, and behind that Maloney. Into the braking zone. This is crucial now from Alatalo in that red Arden car. He's got to get this right, but so is Rosso, and he's under pressure now, isn't he? Maloney's tighter through the right-hander. Is that going to give him a better run onto the back straight? Pasma's getting closer now as well. When we went into the last corner last time, that was the first time I saw Pasma just having a think about a move. He's closer now. We'll monitor the gap because behind these 3, Vidales is closing in as well. Rosso goes defensive to the outside. Maloney is going to dive down the inside. If he can hold him around the outside, he's got the inside for the next, but can't do it. Pasma thinks about a move down the inside, but backs out of it. Now your gap between Pasma and Vidales is 1.4 seconds, but it's already come down by 2/10 on this lap. But up ahead, Alatalo and Hajar are going to be side by side once more. This time Hajar unable to get side by side as they come up towards turn 11 now. And Hajar is going to have to try something else here. He's going to try a move down the inside at 12. Can he get by? No, Alatalo holding on. Brilliant, brilliant stuff this. The Sunday races always deliver without fail. And once more, we are being treated to a fantastic race. Welcome to Freca. It's pretty good, isn't it? 35 cars on the grid. This the championship certified by the FIA and co-organised by ACI Sport and Alpine, and it is on the official FIA ladder in terms of single-seater racing. It slots right in between F4 and F3, in case you were wondering. These FIA F3 regulated cars, though, they are very quick cars. They're getting to about 260 Ks down that back straight, so one of the drivers told me. Right, Aaron's trying to move down the inside of 10 Brink. Can he make it through? Yes. Well, he was ahead going across the line, so that must have been a move we may have missed. But now his teammate there, Vidales, trying to get through, Beganovic, sorry, trying to get through as well. The pressure doesn't stop for 10 Brink. He's the last of the points holders now, but Beganovic wants that point from him. Round turn 7 we go. Can we get a good run onto the back straight for Beganovic? Might be able to set a move up going up towards turn number 10 if he can. By the way, the gap between Pasma and Vidales is only 0.8 of a second now. Last time we looked at that, it was almost 2. So officially, we now have 5 drivers, make that 6 in the fight for 3rd. This is Emilio Pesce in the 41 here, leading this next queue. There's a fight going on for 23rd place, and I think that's Nicola Marinangeli trying to dive down the inside. We've got an Arden sandwich for Alexandra Bardignon. To the inside goes Marinangeli, just about gets it stopped. Teammate Quinn goes through, and unlucky there for Marinangeli. He's going to lose a place by trying to gain one, but that's the risk you take in motor racing sometimes. Bardignon just about holding on there, wasn't he? Pesce up ahead though, fighting away with Brad Benavides. The two teammates there running almost side by side. There is Benavides, the American. Spoke to him earlier, and he was just feeling so disheartened with the weekend and how it's gone. Brad Benavides didn't have a good qualifying, but hey, he's on the move. He's made 9 places already, and he could make another. I heard a tyre squeal there. Now, did we have a spinner, I wonder? Not too sure. Might have just been my ears deceiving me. Never heard that phrase used, but I'm going to use it now. Deligoanti comes through. He's still running in 12th. Let's do a quick recap of where we are. So Saucy is currently leading this race by 3.4 seconds. But what about this? In fact, forget the recap. This, once again, David, I mean, he's gained the most places this season just with that one drive he did. 22 places he gained in the first race at Barcelona. And from the pit lane, Hadrian David is currently running in 13th place. He has a gap of 1.5 seconds to Deligoanti. Now, in terms of to the points, it could be a bit of an ask. He's about 4 seconds away from points, but tell you what, anything can happen in racing. David, he's 1.5 seconds behind Deligoanti, who's a further 2.3 behind this battle here. These guys continue to fight. You just never know, do you? But David last time went from dead last on the grid to 12th at Barcelona. He's currently in 13th with 6.5 minutes to go. Here's Quinn down the inside of Bardignon. And a good move there from Quinn. That's 2 places in that corner in 2 laps. With everything going on, we kind of lost sight of David there, but he's appeared, and I'll tell you what, we'll keep an eye on his progress going forward. And Hadrian David has set a purple sector, by the way, so he's absolutely flying out there. He's determined to grab a point, but Marin Angeli is absolutely determined to get past Bardignon. In the red colours there, Marin Angeli trying to find his way through. Now, we mentioned before all of that the battle for third had extended, and I think we're about to see that now. Well, there you can see Vidal has actually dropped away from this queue slightly now. So we'll call it a 5-way battle with one in chase for the last step on the podium. Alatalo's had this pressure from Hadjar the entire race, but Pasma, as I said, he's been threatening to get involved, hasn't quite done it yet. David has just set a fastest lap, by the way. Hadrian David a 1:59.1, and he is right on the tail of Pietro Deligoanti now. Deligoanti qualified in the top 10. Had a bit of a difficult start to the race. He's fallen just outside of it now. I think we're going to see a position change there shortly, but we could see one here too. Rosso diving to the inside there. He's having to defend from Maloney. Maloney's going to look to the left of our picture there to the outside. Is this going to be a move done for Maloney? Hard on the anchors we go, and he's going to run a little bit wide, so Pasma could pick up a place now. The driver last in this queue. Good defensive driving from Rosso. Came over to the outside just to give Maloney a nudge off racing line. And that was enough to see Maloney lose the rear slightly. Marin Angeli clearly tried a little bit too hard to make his move. He's found himself facing the wrong way now. What a shame for him. It's just not been a good 2 rounds really for Marin Angeli. He flipped over at Monaco, and here he finds himself facing the wrong way. Just over 4 minutes remaining in this race. This is your battle for third place. There's so much going on. Also in the midst of all of that, Belov has set 2 purple sectors, but trying to drive down the inside there was Hadjar. The gap between your leaders was 3.3 seconds. It's probably going to come down just a little bit. It's come down to 2.9 seconds. So I'd say that's just Saucy managing that gap. We've got yellow flags out for Marin Angeli, of course. So this is your battle for third. In line, Alatalo and Hadjar there. And then behind Rosso and Maloney. David is up to 12th, by the way. He has made that move on Deligoanti. Next for him is Dino Begnovic, who's 2.4 seconds ahead. Oh, no, but the safety car is out. Well, that could be a big shame, or actually a big bonus. Unless you're Gregor Saucy, of course. But if this one gets cleared away quickly, could... I know he's not in the points yet, so... probably wonder why I'm talking about him so much, but Hadrian David has gained 23 places from the pit lane. The field's going to tighten up if we go racing with a couple laps. Could he get in the points? Could he get in the points? This is going to be a very exciting end to this race. Not only that, but Belov just set the fastest lap of the race in second, and now the gap to Saucy is non-existent. I'd say this is going to be a real showdown. I told you they do deliver, because that car of Marin Angeli was being cleared away pretty quickly. So there you can see it. This is going to be great stuff. We might have one more lap of this safety car, and then I think we will be back away in racing. If you're Gregor Saucy's team, you're going to say, take it as easy as you can. There it comes. So we'll have obviously the lap behind the safety car, then we may get going. It gives me a time to run through the full order. It's been such an action-packed race. So Saucy leads from Belov, then it's Alatalo in third, looking for his first podium of the season. Hajar is next in fourth, didn't score any points yesterday, and if he can finish where he does, he will pick up his fourth rookie win of the season. It will be a personal best result for Andrea Rosso and his second points finish of the season, the first of them which came at Monaco in race 2. Maloney is running in sixth place, and with Alex Quinn down the field, with Hadrian David down the field, he could move up to potentially second in the championship with that result. Pasma is then in seventh place. 3 fifth places in a row. Can he make it 4? He's only got to gain 2 to make it. Aaron is up to 9th, and he's going to end this weekend on a huge positive. 10 Brink rounds out your points finishes. 2 points finishes in a row for the young rookie. Would be a great result if he can hang on there. However, Begnovic is behind him. He'll be desperate to make that place. But the even bigger, however, comes from Hadrian David, because he started from the pits. There he is, goes through picture. And Hadrian David is going to be 12th. He's going to have probably one lap to do it. But David is... Well, there you can see, we're just going to pick up the result of what happened. I'd say Nos was in the 7, was avoiding action, but the nature of the spin, it looked like he was possibly tagged, but we're going to just say he found himself facing the wrong way. When you can't say with certainty, it's better not to guess. Okay, I do want the lights to go out in that safety car very soon, because it would be very good to get one lap of racing in. If we end behind it, that would be a huge shame. And I'm hearing the safety car will be in this lap. Get ready for a grandstand finish then, because just before that safety car, Belov in second had set the fastest lap of the race and reduced the gap to Saucy by around half a second. So the battle for the lead is well and truly on. Alatalo in third is looking to try and get his first podium of the season, but he's got a French driver behind him, and Andrea Rosso, who's currently running in fifth, which would be his best result. But the man to watch, and the one we'll try and keep an eye on what is going to be a one-lap shootout, Hadrian David, who won yesterday, started from the pit lane. He's 12th. Can he get 2 places on the final lap? He's going to go all guns blazing here. He'll leave nothing out there at all. There he is in the 10. We'll keep an eye on him, and behind, ready to pick up the pieces if he makes a crazy move down the inside, is Deli Gawanti. 1 lap to decide our winner. This round number 4, this race 2. Saucy was talking to me yesterday about how he nails all those restarts. I think he may demonstrate to us how he does that now. Distraction tactics here as he weaves, straightens up the exit, and off he goes then. 1 lap to decide our winner then as we come across the line, and it's going to be Saucy immediately going just slightly defensive there. Doesn't really need to, but Belov, he's trying to break the toe of Belov. Alatalo third. He's got a lot of work to do to hold off Hajar. We'll keep an eye on David in the background as well. Across the line they come. There's David there as he makes his way through. Can he go from the pit lane into the points? He's got to try and gain 2 places to do it. Saucy leading from Belov. Here we pick up Pasma. Here behind, that's Aaron. He's currently running in 9th place. Here's your 2 leaders though. This corner is going to be crucial now. Rosso going defensive here. This could open up for Zay Maloney behind him. And we've got a queue forming next behind Pasma with Vidales in it. We've got Aaron in it. We've got Tenbrink and Adrian David's into 11th. Right, one down, one to go there for David in the silver and white car there. Makes his way onto the back straights. Tears off a visor strip, head down quite literally, I'm sure, as he tries to go after one of the top 10. He's going to be hoping for an incident, and this could be where we see it. Rosso going defensive there on Maloney. Maloney's going to try and get the switch back. Can he get the run up towards turn number 10? David here trying to get that point. If there's a penalty, I'll tell you what, he is going to get a point because Belov scores no points. So Hadrian David currently on to get 1 point, but can he get a top 10 on track? He makes his way through turn number 10. And David there, he's technically into the points. Belov, the wild card, is going to score none. So from the pit lane, he's going to finish 11th on track, but 10th when it comes to the points. What a brilliant performance that is from David. We'll talk more about that post-race, but he makes a dive down the inside of Tenbrink there, side-by-side contact, and David is into 10th place. What a fantastic move there from Hadrian David. He literally had to get his elbows out and force his way through, but there was absolutely no stopping Hadrian David, and there's been no stopping this man this weekend. Redemption for Gregor Saucy. He got disqualified yesterday. He comes back and wins today. Gregor Saucy, for the 4th time this season, is a race winner. Bortoletta there trying to pick up some pieces after he had to dive through the pits. Belov finishes in 2nd place. First podium of the season for Alatalo. What a result for him. Hajar is your top rookie in 4th place. Rosso finishes in 5th. That's a personal best result for him. Maloney is 6th place. Pasma is 7th. Vidales is 8th. Aaron is 9th. But the star of the show, after not getting off away properly on the grid. Here's the move. Let's watch it one more time. Sells the dummy. I'm not going to make a move. Yes, I am. Excuse me, I'm coming through. Thank you very much. Hadrian David through into 10th place there. Tenbrink would have felt that one, wouldn't he? A little bit of consolation for Tenbrink is that he does still get a point. But I think he'll remember this race for that move exactly. That looked good to me. I hope we see it one more time, actually, because that was absolutely fantastic. But let's confirm the results. I'll pick myself off the floor. Saucy, Belov and Alatalo, your podium finishers. Hajar, Rosso, Maloney, Pasma, Vidales, Aaron, David, your top 10. What a fantastic performance. Tenbrink does score a point in 11th because Belov is a wild card. Beganovic was 12th, then it was Colapinto, Deligoanti and Elias Sepinen. 15th place for him. Replicates his result from yesterday. Kaz Habakor finishes in 16th, Oliver Gerf is 17th, Tommy Smith 18th, and Alessandro Famulero in 19th. Lorenzo Fluxa was 20th, Brad Benavides 21st, Quinn, Pesha, Bardignon, and we had behind that Garcia, Nos, Gola, Bortoletto, Barrichello, Bula, Boya, and we lost from the race Francesco Pizzi, Nicola Marinangeli, Yassin Ferrati, and sadly we lost Gabriele Mini, who picked up a mechanical issue on the first few laps. A real shame. They're the 2 stars of the show. Saucy in the 26 and David in the 10. That's move of the season. That is the move of the season from David. If you're following him on Instagram, you'll probably see it on his story later, because David's going to be showing that one off to the world. Absolutely fantastic stuff. But well done to Gregor Saucy, his 4th win of the season. He'd gone 3 races without a point after one of the incidents he had at Monaco. Well, I say an incident, a mistake at Monaco. Saw him run straight on and he finished 22nd. And then we had a DNF after that, and he was disqualified yesterday. But I still can't get over that move. It's absolutely fantastic. Hadrian David. Brilliant result for him. Saucy, it was a technical non-conformity he was disqualified for yesterday. And I can tell you what, a lot of people would have looked at that and gone, oh, that's why he won. And that's why he was 4/10 quicker in qualifying. Anyone who read the report and sort of knows about single-seaters knows that it was basic. What happened was it was a mistake from one of the mechanics when they were rebuilding the car after he crashed at Monaco, or after he sort of ran into a stable Nico Gola, and it was just essentially it was sort of 2 washers on the wrong way around. It was nothing that's going to give you any performance gain. And he proved today that that was the case. 2 podiums, 2 races this season. Not bad. Michael Beloff is a man to put your money on, isn't he? He certainly delivers, and he does so very quickly. Well done to William Alatalo, his first podium of the season as well. He's going to be absolutely delighted. He was fired up for this when I spoke to him earlier. He was really excited. That's actually his father coming into picture now. He's going to be very happy with that. But our race winner, we'll see him pull up very shortly. Saucy, for the 4th time this season, is going to win. He likes to make an entrance, so we'll wait for him for a while, but he will appear. He's been there 4 times this season. Fantastic stuff. Absolutely fantastic stuff. Hope you enjoyed it as much as I did, because that was a great race. I was getting worried when I was saying the Sunday races always deliver that that a safety car was going to come out for 20 minutes, but it wasn't the case, thankfully. This time it made its way back in very, very quickly. Although, if I had to, I would have run out there and threw the thing off myself, because we all wanted to see that one go ahead. But the story of the race, David, there he is, there to the left of screen, from the pit lane to 10th, with the move of the season on the final lap. But we must focus on our race winner. Redemption day for Gregor Saucy. Back from the dead, if you like, back from a disqualification to take a lights to flag victory. And for the 4th time this season, he is the first to go into 3 digits in terms of points now. Well done for him, Gregor Saucy. For someone who was disqualified yesterday, he still had a very good approach. He was taken into this race, was having a good chat with the team, good banter with the team when I saw him, and it was, there was no love lost there at all. But it was a pretty crazy race. Let's look back at it. Let's look back at the highlights from it then. So we had a bad start off the front row there for Hajar, but leading the way from the start would be Saucy there. He'd be challenged by Gabriele Mini, but only briefly, because Mini would hit problems later in the race. Mini, though, when he didn't have problems, went for it round the outside of Saucy, but wasn't quite able to make it through in the end. Belov would then slot himself into second. We went 3 wide. Here's Zane Maloney, who did finish up in the top 5 there. At one stage, found himself in danger of nearly being out of the race. This is where the problems picked up, sadly, for Mini. A slowing car, and he'd be into the pits at the end of the lap and out of that car. That was where it was kind of confirmed that the problems were appropriate. Bortoletto was then next into the pit lane, sadly, to repair from wing damage. Then we had this spin here from Quinn. I wonder if there was contact, but Quinn there certainly going round after Aaron was trying to get his way through. Nice side-by-side here from Garcia and Ferrati there. Ferrati forgetting track limits in terms of giving Garcia room. This is when we went side-by-side all the way around turn number 10 with Alatolo and Hajar as they fought for the podium positions. Alex Quinn in the red Arden there picking up the pieces after Marin Angeli failed to make a move on Bardignon. And sadly, later around the lap, he would find himself facing the wrong way. For what case, we're not so sure. Then the safety car came out, and we kind of figured out that Hadrian David could score himself some points and could get in the top 10. Also, though, Belov had just set the fastest lap in second, so he was going after the lead. But this was the move of the season. I'll let it speak for itself. What a fantastic move for Hadrian David. But across the line, taking a win for the 4th time this season, was Gregor Saucy, and he extends his lead in the championship. Well, we go to the podium next then. We're going to get our top 3 onto the podium, as well as our top rookie as well. William Alatalo, for the first time this season, comes up onto the podium. Great drive and a great result for the Arden team. The second driver they've had up there now this season. Standing on the podium 2 days in a row, the only driver to do it this weekend, Michael Belov. Third yesterday, second today. Let's hope he's back next time only a wild card for this one. I really hope he comes back. But winning the race, Gregor Saucy. Fantastic result from the ART driver. 2 on-track wins. Sadly, only one of them will count, but nevertheless, that's an extension in his lead in the championship. And we'll get our top rookie up on the podium as well as one of the ART team members, Isaac Hajar, our top rookie. And we'll get someone from ART up onto the podium. There is Hajar to the very right of picture. And standing to the left will be ART team member. And then we'll have the national anthem of Switzerland.
Voilà, bravo Grégoire Saucy, congratulations to Grégoire Saucy. Please take your trophy in front of you. On peut prendre le trophée et les montrer.
So, trophies in the air then for all our drivers. Well done to Saucy, well done to Belov, well done to Alatalo, and a well done to Isaac Hajar as well. He's going to move up in the championship. He was 6th coming into this, just 15 points behind Saucy. But Saucy, who found his gap sinking quite heavily yesterday. Oh, Hajar's off, basically. There's been a bit of confusion here. Hajar's just gone off, but we get a trophy with the top 3, nevertheless. And in the middle, Gregor Saucy to the left there in the blue racing suit. That is Michael Belov. And furthest away, that's William Alatalo. Could this start a real good run for William Alatalo? He's been one of the most consistent drivers in the championship. Could this set off? Could this give him the confidence boost needed to be on here consistently as well? It's a race to see who gets the champagne going first. Gregor Saucy's had a lot of practice, so I suspect he will be first. He is. Big, big celebrations in Paul Ricard. Well done to all our drivers. 2 drivers who hadn't been on the podium before this weekend. One who's back there for the 4th time in Gregor Saucy. And to his championship, that's going to put him in a very good position. This is only round 4 of 10, plenty more rounds still remaining. Next we go to Zandvoort, then we will be at Spa at the end of July, Nürburgring at the start of August. The Red Bull Ring will then follow in September, and then we will end the season in Italy with round 9 at Mugello and round 10, one they are definitely all looking forward to, Monza. That's going to be a real good spectacle. Who's going to be leading the championship? Will we get there? How close will it be? Well, so far, your money would go on the man in the middle, Saucy. But anything can happen in this championship, as was proven yesterday and as was proven today with David dropping down the field and then straight back up it again. In 2 races, he gained 40-odd places. So he can overtake. If he has a bit of better luck, then I'd say he could be a big, big challenger for Saucy. But that will be it from all of us here at Paul Ricard. Thank you very much for tuning in. My name's Chris McCarthy. It's been a pleasure to call the action for you for round number 4 of the Formula Regional European Championship by Alpine. You don't have to wait very long until we go racing once more. Just 3 weekends. On the 19th and 20th of June, we will go to Zandvoort, where we will be supporting the GT World Challenge once more. I say a track where qualifying is going to be crucial again, but a track where single-seaters look absolutely awesome. Until then, from all of us here at Paul Ricard, it's a very goodbye.